Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Daily Double. Today we're doing Masechah Challah, Perek Aleph, Mishnah Ches and Mishnah Tes. Finishing Perek Aleph, as you can see behind me, the nice white parochas. Today is Erev Rosh Hashanah. What better thing to do in Erev Rosh Hashanah than be doing Mishnah Yomi, and Shulchan Aruch Yomi, and Daf Yomi, and all the Yin Shiurim. Chet, Isas HaKlovim, Bizman Sharom Ochlin Mimena. Now, there's dog food. There's nothing against dog food. And you make leftover dough that you have, you give to dogs. Now, people don't think that. Now, usually, there's whole wheat bread and white bread. Is that whole wheat bread? They leave the bran in, right? They leave the bran in. They leave maybe the germ in also. Right? There's three parts to a wheat seed: the endosperm, which makes the white bread, the bran, and the germ. Usually, the bran and germ are taken out for white bread, and for whole wheat bread, you leave the bran in. So, this Mishnah says, it seems to say that for men, real men eat white bread. They don't eat whole wheat bread. He says aklovim. And when the shepherds will actually eat from him, he didn't put a lot of bran in. He put a ton of bran in. It's not edible for people. It's only animal food. So it's still fit for human consumption. So therefore, it's chayiv and challah. Umarvin ba. You can use it for an eruv chatzeros, mishtafin ba. You can use a sheet of mabuos to join these together because it has to be something that people would eat. Human beings would do. And you make a bracha of hamotzion. Make a zima, you bench if 3 people ate it. But nasas be Yom Tov, you can bake it on Yom Tov because it's Michael Adam. You're allowed to cook for yourself. You're not allowed to and bake for yourself. Not allowed to bake for klavim. The yotze ba'adam yidei chavasa Pesach. You can be yotze with matzah. It's considered Michael Adam. If it's not for human consumption, even though Rabbi Baba says it is alidei atchach, if there's nothing else to eat, they would eat it because whole wheat bread is not so bad, right? It even has a lot of bran in it. It's not chayiv in challah because it's achil alidei atchach. I'll explain more in Ian Mitzvah on why achil alidei atchach is not chayiv in challah. But you can't do eruv, but you can't do shituf mabud. It's not Michael Adam. Only al tchach you don't do zimun. Ve'ena nasis biyom tov. You can't bake on yom tov. Edam yosef b'yidei chavas b'pesach. It can't be yosef for matzah. Benkach mitamatum osochlin. Nonetheless, even though it has a lot of bran in it and it's only achil de'etchak, for tuma, it's makabel tuma. Ochlel is makabel tuma. Even the amasheni latuna ochlin. That because technically with nothing else to eat, the roam humans would eat it. It is makabel tuma ochlin. Besides truma, we learn you're chayav misa v'ishma if you eat it, and you're pay a chomish if you eat it to the kohanim. Same thing to my challah because the Gemara calls challah truma. V'asurim lizarim, just like truma, challah is also lizarim. V'hem nichsei kohen, they belong entirely to the kohen, just like truma. He has, if he wants to sell his truma, he could sell it. V'olin be'echad omeya, it's batel 1 in 100. U'tuin rochitzas yadayim, right? Technically, the whole takanim of Hilas Yadayim is before eating truma, right? Because truma stam yadayim, posting as a truma. If you weren't careful where your hands are, you're not sure if your hands are tamei or not. So therefore, they passel the truma. I mean, they're abundant, they're masakin, passel truma. Therefore, you have to wash your hands before eating bread of truma or challah, right? But herav shemesh, you need herav shemesh, right? Before you eat truma, you need not just to go to the mikvah, you have to wait for sezik chavim, like the first Mishnah Brachos says. Same thing by challah. Any tolim in a Torah tamei, just like by truma, you can't be mafresh a Torah tamei. In his Isra in the Torah, right? Elam in Amukaf, it has to be like Truma, it has to be min Amukaf, it has to be taken off from something in the same room, according to some opinions in the same house, it has to be next to it. Min Adavar Agomer, it has to be something which is fully processed. Omer kol garni Truma v'chalisasi chala lo omer klum ashi yishayir mixes. He says all of my grain house and all of my dough is all of my grain house is Truma, all of my dough is chala. It doesn't work because it says reishis harusosechem, meaning there's 2 parts. There's the part that you take off is challah and shayirel. You need something left for you. If you don't have shayirel and ikarim, if you don't have something left over, both by truma and by challah, it's not considered to be a frashas truma or frashas challah. Whatever you said is invalid. That's the conclusion of today's shir and of Perek Aleph. Stay tuned for Ian Mitzion, where we discuss Mishnah Ches in a little greater detail. I hope you enjoyed. See you in Ian Mitzion.